Hello and welcome back, fellow Dawijar. Heir of Hashut here, and we're going to be continuing some good old Chaos Dwarf campaign here. Oh, great. That's just what I need. More Skaven potentially at war with me. In case you've forgotten, by the way, the last few episodes have been me seemingly chasing my tail around while slapping down enemy armies that are crusading all about my lands. And there's not a whole lot I can do about it at the moment. I am working on it though. It's gonna take some. Whoa, hang on. Let me get back in that screen to make sure they had. I'm just making sure we're accepting labor where we needed it. See, like right there we are not, and right here we are not. There we go. Then we need to cease accepting labor where we don't need it at the moment. There. Alright. Good. Alright, so I ended a turn. I have some movement points at my disposal here. And we've got lots going on. Hopefully Karak Kadrin can get its act together. If there is some labor there, I could go ahead and maybe do a quick upgrade. Costs quite a bit of gold, though, to do that. I'm not sure if that's exactly what I want to do. I do want to hit the Pillars of Grungni and hit those two armies, because that'll give me some gold and put some Crooked Moon losers to death, which is dual objective here. I'm trying to kind of break their back with this offensive across the middle of this the Silver Road. Yeah, this is great. We're going to get a big bunch of them all together here, and I'm going to crush them in one gigantic pyrotechnics display. This is... Siege vehicles not required. Okay, so it is... Oh my gosh, yeah. So it's a small settlement battle, but that is a terrible idea with the Dreadquake mortar around. So I could just circle them in, but they're not going to fight me, so let's just beat the crap out of them. Alright, the battle's getting underway. There's going to be some enemy reinforcements coming in from behind me here. I'm going to hopefully get some shots in. The AI, actually somewhat intelligently here, really did not deploy much near my artillery, and that is, I mean, that's good on them, because they are going to not want to deploy near my artillery. I'm going to head over here to, I kind of have like a mobile contingent that's also got my leader in it, and I'm going to put a push onto the enemy for that supply location. Start to try and take some stuff away from them. I don't really see a lot of archers around, so I'm going to go for that tower with my air bowl. Let's swing this way. I've got some Fireborn I can summon as needed. Those reinforcements are 2 minutes out. Alright, so let's focus on putting a beating back here first. And even just my Bull Centaurs are going to be incredibly powerful against almost all of the enemy units here. I'm going to be smashing through them. Alright, we've got eyes on some victims, and I intend to victimize them. There we go. Alright, so I've got both those archer units being absolutely shredded. This Night Goblin's going to get shredded. That's going to be a common theme. Alright, so those guys are getting wrecked. And one of you all just finish him off real quick. Let's swing back this way. Alright, so we've got everything under control. 48 seconds till the reinforcements come in. We're going to murder the reinforcements the moment they step onto the battlefield. And I've got their building almost down. We just have to pull down these trolls here. And I can probably help with that. Weaken those guys up just a little bit. Okay, we found some more enemies over here. I wasn't supposed to have 3 units over here, but I guess some of my guys had an attack order on a unit that was fleeing this direction, so I'll just go ahead and keep mopping up that direction. I'm fine over here. There's really no rush. We got rid of their building. Let's just come over here and help terrorize these enemies out of existence real quick. And I will leave a Kadai Fireborn here to play with them while simultaneously setting up a bombardment here where I think those guys will be moving through it. Yep, worked out pretty darn well. There we go. Alright, reinforcement. Yes, reinforcements are on site, and most of them got instantly murdered by my blunderbuss units, which was the intended outcome. The only thing that got any damage done there was some loonies from those night goblins, and loonies are pretty potent in the right scenario. Alright, let's head back over. Get back into centaur territory here. My renders are rendering the entire enemy army completely and utterly useless, which is not surprising. The full centaur renders are quite powerful. There we go. Alright, we cut our way through there. Let's go ahead and take their capture point. And my Kadai Fireborn did a nice job over there. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Go, 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 go. Ah, they spread out a little. Ooh, still really good against that Squig Hopper. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, so we're going to have this capture point under control, which is only going to make my Bull Centaur renders even more powerful because they're getting this onslaught, extra momentum essentially. I'll go ahead and move in and make the capture here. There is a tower over here. Let's go ahead and knock that tower out real quick. Alright, so let's go get rid of these regrouping snotling wagons, and then there's some... Actually, let's not even waste our time with these guys. Just knock them out that way. There we go. As greenskins do, they're getting defeated and then regrouping one after the other. But yeah, I mean, their entire army is completely falling apart to my just my mobile contingent with my lord and heroes here. They're getting savaged by these bull centaurs. Alright, let's move this way. Take this unit, peel off to smash the squig herd. Well, no, squig herd's not even headed my direction, so no concern of mine. There's an archer guarding this point, which is an odd... Ooh. Well, there was an archer guarding that point. Alright, so pretty sure we're about to see a chain route here. I don't know how much more savagery these poor goblins can take here, as they are getting an epic beatdown for their trouble. Ooh, that didn't... Oh, yeah, that's just brutal. So those archers are out for the count. That's going to leave another capture point for me. And then, so they've just got their leader up here. Go ahead and go attack him. It's a Gabo Great Shaman. They have a crappy barricade over here. Let's go tear that down. Alright, yeah, so we control many of the command points at this juncture. I was about to say point. At this point, command point points. Alright. Let me get my renders, their orders. You all take him out. Swing this direction. So I've got my single entities after... Oh my gosh, that Night Goblin got savaged. By Hashut's Dark Ravagers. Get the Skulkers. We're tearing down the platform. Alright, that's about all the goblins can handle there. Savage the AI pretty decisively there. We're going to pick up some nice treasury and a little bit of labor off of it, so always good to have that. I'm going to go ahead and just keep doing some raw material output for now, so I'll go ahead and take the outpost. And so the Pillars of Grungni falls under our control. I think what I'm going to do, because we probably picked up a little bit of labor from that here. We only need 100 labor. Well, the labor didn't come here because we weren't accepting it. But I could move a little bit of labor over because we're sitting on a stack of cash. Where's Silver Road? Alright, Silver Road. So we got a whole bunch of labor down here that we just don't need there anymore. So let's... I'm going to transfer a bunch of that out and over to the Silver Road. It's going to cost me a little bit of coin, but will give me this added benefit where I can now rush that construction. And we can rush this construction. So that'll make my tower more defensible a little more quickly. So I'll go ahead and begin this construction, and then the same thing here, and then we'll go ahead and go for more money there. That's going to open up the gemstone mine soon. That's going to be at the next tier. So in the meantime, do I want to put anything else down? Not at the moment. Let's just kind of take it easy at the moment. Let's check out where our labor needs to go. Right here. And then we need to turn on the labor there. So we don't have to transfer that anymore. So we'll turn that on. There we go. Got labor going there that doesn't need to go there, so I'll turn that one off. Now, some of those may not need labor because things just got torn up for the time being, and we'll need to eventually get some more there, and that's fine. We'll deal with that as it comes. So it looks like we got some trouble near Crookback Mountain. Grey Hag. Now, they did not fall for the ambush here. However, I can probably just engage Tretch. And... Impossible. They might run away, though. I don't want them to run away, but they very well might run away. I don't really need the reinforcements, but I'll move them up. So I don't think I need the reinforcements. I'm feeling plenty confident against a bunch of Skaven trash units here, which is pretty much all they've got. Tretch ran away, so living up to his name. I think I can still reach them. I certainly can, so there's no more running. So I will catch and hopefully be able to kill these two Skaven stacks here. It says we're going to take medium casualties. I mean, unless they have a lot of Warp Lightning, I don't think so. They do have Warp Lightning, so I mean, it's possible we take some casualties, but with the Soul of Damnation on her side and a couple of Magma Cannons, these Skaven are going to get absolutely hosed. The battle's underway. I'm going to move my army forward to this little ridge crest so that hopefully my artillery can get eyes on. The Soul of Damnation was firing okay, but the rest of my artillery was not. I want to get my blunderbuss in a position to cover this little pass. There comes the expected nuisance summons. It looks like it was intended for my Wolf Riders, but that they're actually not going to do a whole lot of damage to those Wolf Riders. That unit's going to rout in haste, and unless they have a Warp Bomb there or something to drop on it as it routes, it's going to be of little impact to me. Let's go ahead and give these guys a bit of a bombardment right here to kind of disrupt their approach. Yep, that did disrupt their approach, so been cool to hit them with that bombardment, but mission accomplished nonetheless as it pushed them back. I would imagine my Magma Cannons should be able to open fire. They're still struggling to get line of sight because of this little hump. Magma Cannons don't have like a real fantastic line of sight, though the Soul of Damnation continues to fire. That summon's annoying. I'm going to kind of just try and hold my ground there. I don't think their summons is going to do much to my blunderbuss units because my blunderbuss units have high armor. So I'm going to challenge the Skaven here. And let's bring my... rip off some of his armor. Bring my Castellan over. Okay, so we are holding the enemy back at the moment. I'm trying to keep my blunderbuss in the firing line here. I'm going to put them onto a defensive stance. That Kadai summon was quite effective at holding the enemy line. I just need my bombardment back. I have this one. There, no running from that. They're going to get hit by one or the other. Alright, so Skaven just got absolutely blasted there. My Sorcerer, Demon Smith here, is getting attacked by that stupid assassin. The assassin's going... just won't leave him alone. That's a typical AI move. Like, they'll go for your caster and then just won't leave him alone. You know, it's cool that you're firing, but probably shouldn't be, you know, into our own line there, which I think you just completely shredded my own blunderbuss unit. Alright, we're taking a good chunk out of that assassin now. Alright, well, I murdered one of my own units, but, you know, it's sometimes a price to pay for being an Heir's army. There was reinforcements coming over here, by the way, too, and I guess that they're just so weak that they never made it past my renders. Alright, here's Tretch. Let's hit him with the blunderbuss. They should be able to put him on a slowdown here. They have the... Hit him! Wow, that dude has some major missile resistance. To take that many hits and not be dead is actually kind of incredulous. So I'm curious just how much missile resistance he has. Because there is no way... He's got a 50% ward save. Holy smokes. But even with a 50% ward save, he should have melted more. Okay, 40% missile resistance, 50% ward save for Tretch. That is utterly obscene. Like, I'm not even sure how that's possible at this point. Here comes the Warp Lightning. I'm gonna have to try and double up on Tretch, and then I don't want my renders to get destroyed over here. Yep, there comes the Warp Lightning. It is just gonna be utterly relentless now that it's here. Alright, there's an entire Skaven reinforcing army coming from this flank. Let's turn to face it. Yeah, look at that. My Lord is getting absolutely just destroyed by Tretch, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you can't touch him with a 40% missile resistance and 50% ward save. He's basically indestructible at this point. I think I'm just going to bury him in a unit of infantry and be done with him in that regard. I'll just strip any armor that he has off and bury him in a unit of infantry. And meanwhile, I'll let my own infantry kind of come over here to hold this blob. And we'll just come finish it off. There's a lot of enemies in the vicinity, but nothing we shouldn't be able to handle with the little cannon fire here. I'll get rid of this blob in a big hurry. Oh man, my magma cannons are gonna kill my own guys. Easy. I have reinforcements, by the way, that we can bring in. I just don't see the point, to be honest. I'm gonna finish these guys. Okay, where's the rest of my infantry? Let's bring a couple more infantry over and get ready. We're actually taking some rattling gun fire. I need to back up here. And let's get another bombardment spun up. And then I need to get back in control. Control of the soul. There are a lot of kills to be had here. The rattling guns are a bit of a nuisance at the moment. I don't know what just happened there. They fired, but it didn't give me control of it. Let's tell all my artillery to target the rattling guns, because I think that the rest of it here is pretty well finished. Whatever happened to Tretch? Okay, Tretch is just kind of getting worn out over here, which is totally acceptable at the moment. Okay, we ran those units off. I'm going to take my Wolf Riders over here and run off those Slingers. I need to finish this right over here. Just land a couple of big shots here, and should be about all the Skaven can handle. Oh, I lost control of that one somehow. That's weird. Alright, so that has moved I'm not really sure how the Skaven are hanging on here. I guess the fact that their leaders are still alive is making a big difference because they are getting absolutely crapped on in terms of like just taking massive losses to my cannons. Now I'm taking some losses here as well, more than I thought actually. More than I thought. All these Skaven slaves over here, I just didn't expect them to stand around in this fight for any length of time, yet they did. Tretch is almost finished. Alright, there goes Tretch. I would say I'll just shoot him to death real easy, but it won't be that easy. Alright, we've got him. So the Skaven are routing. And I don't think they can retreat, so this will be just death for them at this point. We just have to finish killing off these spawn. So, yeah, the spawn are the only thing left, and they're not going to last very long against all that armored infantry, so... Dang, yeah, okay, it's Skaven a little stronger than I thought there, since Tretch is an absolute unit, apparently, at the moment. I've never seen someone have a 50% ward save and 40% missile resistance. Like I said, that is just utterly and entirely obscene. And hilarious that it's on Tretch, of all people, like the most cowardly of characters in the game, sitting there completely and totally resistant to basically all damage, which I guess does make him more talented at running away, which I think would probably fit. Well, my artillery was devastating there, even though it didn't feel like it at times. And then my blunderbuss also, some of them got some nice kills. Some of my infantry was definitely doing well in the thick of it. I think my sorcerer did pretty well there, actually, all things considered. Let's go ahead and... I'm going to take the replenishment, because there could be other armies nearby. Push these Skaven back. I think I'm still... No, I'm not in friendly territory, so we're not going to be healing, but I think we can get back into friendly territory. Put together a little bit of replenishment, and then I can take this army forward and scout ahead, because it doesn't really have to do too much else at the moment. Let's see what kind of skill points we picked up there. Only one, because I guess the Skaven were pretty crappy. And I'm not entirely surprised from that. Whoops, sorry, go back in there. And let's... I've picked up more skills for Astragoth. I was working on his personal damage stuff here. So let's do hard to hit. And then our Ford Tarek here. Also leveling up. Shoot scales. I'm not really worried about spell resistance. I just don't see that terribly useful. But then a lot of this other stuff... this one could be useful when we're parked around. Oh, sorry. Go back in there again. And Castellan here. We do have a sword we could give him. We got the Tormentor sword, so we can make no one... Yeah, that Tormentor sword would be alright. What else do we got? A Dawnstone. Why not? Potion of Toughness would be cool. Got a couple of these Potion of Foolhardiness. Let's fuse those into maybe something better. Fencer's Blades. Okay, Fencer's Blades are okay. Might have another character who needs it. I really need some armor. We just don't get access to that much stuff here. That's fine, though, but we got something, so let's go ahead and go into a skill tree. Looks like we were working on piercing shots, but now we've got this dig in. Okay, all right. One more here, at least. Yep, okay. Skill points, scouting, Searing Doom. I'm gonna go ahead and put another point in Searing Doom because we're gonna be using that spell a lot. Here's some more not moved. So where do we want to move with this lord? We can go and retake Fallen King Mountain, but I also have a lot of stuff up here to the north to take. There is no shortage of targets at this point. Absolutely no shortage. I'm going to go ahead and go underground because I can make good time up here and push back up to Karak Ungor, retake my gold mine, hopefully. We'll probably just have the enemy running in circles with us here, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We're going to do the best we can, taking some territory each time. I do need another unit in this army because we got one of ours killed off, so I'll do that on the global recruitment on this turn end. And we have building upgrades and stuff available. I'm not going to worry about them. Convoys I probably do need to dispatch. So I've got one turn till that one's back to the capital. Right now, this is our like supremely powerful convoy here, so we can send it out after some big money on one of these long runs, either big money or big labor. I'm thinking big money. 8 turns, 8 turns. Let's go here and let's throw that. Yep, there we go. Dispatch. So we'll bring home some good money there, and then when the next one gets back, I think there's some missions we can send it on to continue. So we'll keep our convoys rolling for some cash at the moment because I'm not really hurting for the other resources too badly. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have more raw materials, but we're also not going to die without it. Like, it's just not, you know, supremely mission critical at the moment. Okay, let's go ahead and end this turn and see what we get over the turn end. So we got a little bit of revenge against Tretch. It's only beginning of the revenge. I won't be happy until his faction is exterminated. Pun intended, I guess, against the Skaven. And I'm also going to be pretty happy if we can continue to put some major hurt on Crooked Moon, because these dorks kind of ruined the momentum that I had going to. What's up, Village? Yes, you can have military access, especially if you use it against Cathay. Okay, so I do see another army from Tretch's faction, Rictus, I think. We're not done with them yet. They'll be continuing to kind of go after my small settlements, no doubt. I'm gonna kind of pull this army down here to shadow this direction and kind of cut this. It's a crap army, but I'm gonna use it to cut it off. Regardless, Howling Rock is within range. The question is whether the Skaven have a big presence there. I'm gonna go ahead and take the risk. I'm guessing that since mostly all they had was crap units, that they just don't have a significant presence here. And I'm gonna take this back. I want to say that this area was factories. I don't remember for sure, because it was our second province. I want to say maybe I set it up as a factory, but I'll just kind of mix it here. I'm gonna go ahead and go outpost and then factory. I feel like we do have quite a bit of use of raw materials at the moment. I've got a little less need of the other. Woo, these upgrades are expensive. Okay, but we are getting it done. So another capture. Mount Squighorn is now directly in our sights, and I'm going to pummel Mount Squighorn. So again, this has got to hurt for Crooked Moon. They are losing some really key settlements here that we're probably churning out some pretty big income. Take a look at our labor screen here. So there's going to be labor requirements soon, and anywhere that does have a labor requirement, we're going to make sure it's checked on. We'll keep an eye on that over the next couple of turns. Assuming I remember to keep an eye on it over the next few turns, I sure hope so. There we go. Kind of just upgrade our settlements as best we can. Made our move there. And then I think we made our move here. Nope, we have not made our move here yet. There's a large Crooked Moon army up in front of me, and it is led by Scarsnick. He's got a lot of trolls, so we're going to get a chance to take on Scarsnick. We're going to see whose goblins are the best. I got a feeling it's mine. So goblins versus hobgoblins. And we get a chance to go after the great schemer here. Alright, we've got the battle started. I'm going to use the Ice Forge Legion to open fire on their rock lobber. It shouldn't be too hard to convince those goblins to stop fighting. The Ice Forge Legion is far more than a match. Looks like they are going to get a shot or two off, but I imagine they're going to rout here at any moment. Alright, so I have spiders inbound. Front line of goblins. Okay, we did get rid of the rock lobber already. Ooh, those spider riders are going to get absolutely shreked. Alright, we got squig herds and spider riders heading in on our right flank. I'm going to counter the squig herd with the wolves. And then I'm going to let my own wolf riders get after those spiders. Let's smash the rest of that squig herd. Oh yeah, getting some nice damage done here. Let's come get after these trolls. Actually put a summon right there, see if I can help. Yes, the summon blocked the charge just in the nick of time, actually. Let's stay after those units. Where's Gordo's? Gordo's, let's pop the rest of his abilities. I think that only works on an enemy hero. Let's get down in here and smash those guys. And wolves. Okay, our wolves and wolf riders. Alright, our summon unit got routed, but the rest of our units are doing just fine here. Let's charge forward and go find some targets of opportunity. Let's pull down those trolls. I got wolves up on this flank. Let's just kind of get everybody involved. Awesome. Alright, let's get the Iceforge Legion retargeted here. Got a Kadai. Let's pull that in. And then I've also got a Dreadquake mortar round. Drop that right over there and finish them off. Alright, so that should be a pretty solid finish for us here. Let's see our enemy's route. Let's pop that healing potion. We haven't even used our magic. Because quite frankly, we just haven't needed it. Doesn't mean you shouldn't use it, though. Yeah, I would say that our enemies are driven from the battlefield with relative ease here. Scarsnick is going to get massacred. I'm going to cease fire with the artillery because we're just going to end up hitting friendlies. And I think that is pretty much it. Yeah, that'll do. So Scarsnick's army put to the sword. And we just have to run him down, which he is fleeing with Gobla at the moment. I'm going to fast forward as we rip him up. He may have a whole bunch of protections and stuff too. The AI always gets tons of extra melee defense, and they seem to be almost impossible to hit, even when they shouldn't be. So like, for instance, let's just take a look at his stats. I mean, they may be sick. I mean, you never know. Like what we just saw with Tretch. Come on, just give me the Scarsnick. Is it really that hard? Come on. Oh, gosh. All right, thank you, Scarsnick. He's got 30% missile resistance, 15% physical. I don't see a ward save on him. So he does have pretty high melee defense, but we shouldn't be seeing him take no damage like this, especially with those wolves and stuff in there. Yeah, he is very, very slowly taking damage. I will... Let's see... Can buff my own self here. Cause a little extra damage as we rip at him. Send in some infantry to just kind of further stick it to him. But I want to make sure Scarsnick is out for the count for at least a turn or two. Won't be long because the AI tends to get their lords back pretty quickly. But this should do it. Holy cow, man, this is ridiculous. Goodness sakes. Alright, I'll see you all back on the battle map. Nothing else to see here. Alright, Scarsnick was most assuredly not up to task against my hobgoblins, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and replenish, and we're just going to keep pushing forward and take back everything that they took over here and slay any losers in our way. Alright, so we should get some good skill points there, and we can pretty much have the army replenished, but I think we'll be replenished in the next turn anyway. I'm just going to grab that little bit of extra cash. It's not much, but we're not making a ton of cash at the moment, so it doesn't hurt. Man, we got even more movement points, so we're going to get up here and get after this Bone Rattler's army. We've got a lot of movement points, apparently. We're going to finish them. So Bone Rattler's army down. Again, take a little bit of replenishment there, and I can get all the way back to Karak Ungor on this turn. Dang, man. I think we're picking up extra movement after the battles, too, if I remember right, because of one of the benefits we got from the tower. Speaking of tower, I haven't checked it this episode. We do have quite a few tower points. Let's see. Let's reoccupy this as an outpost. We're about to start getting a whole lot more raw materials, which is good, and then we'll put some of that to use towards armaments, of course, as well. There we go. We retook our gold mine. That's going to really help out in the income department. And then speaking of help out in the income department, I think this army can, now get Unbridled Cruelty, which is going to help out further on the income. Raising and sacking income goes way up. We have buffed our fodder about as best we can for the moment, so that leaves us with careful casting, cooldown dispels, or physical resistance, but it increases miscast. I think we should do careful casting. And let's take a look. Vordas picks up a couple of skill points here. And we've done pretty much all of his buffing, so we can now make him a stronger fighter. So I'm going to start with melee defense. And let's see what else we got here. Convoy Overseer, skill up. Stores, and then anybody else. No one else skills up. Let's take a look at the convoys, by the way, because I think there's another one, maybe two, that we can send out. This one's ready to go. So let's add this convoy, and we'll want to send it relatively close. In fact, this one is only 3 turns. It's not exactly a safe path. There isn't a safe path at the moment, but 3 turns for some income is certainly not going to hurt anything. And I'm about to have another convoy ready. So things are looking good. We're getting some really solid work done in terms of retaking what was once ours. So I would say a good episode. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you all soon with some more action with the Chaos Dwarfs.